Alright guys, well, I want to get in here. A lot of these knobs are crusty on the inside. They're just real hard to turn. Not too bad. Clarifier's not too bad there, but man, you got to really put a lot of pressure. It really helps these things to kind of get in there with some Deox and spray them and really work them back and forth. So haven't got this up and running, got a microphone yet for it, so I'm going to do this right now. Overall, it looks pretty darn clean in here. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I know it's supposedly got those extra channels. I was curious about that. You can see a little toggle comes through right here where this little green box is right there, right down in there. It looks like a red wire goes up to that. And then the other wires coming over here, going to the circuit board right there. Now let's get to deoxing these things, and I'm gonna be using this. I'm a big fan of this DeoxIT D5. Borrowed this from my neighbor, 242, because I'm waiting on my new can from Amazon in the mail. Shouldn't take much. I'll try to get down in there and see. Really don't want to pull the bottom cover if I don't have to, but it looks like I can get right down in there. Sorry, shadows and lighting's bad here, but get rid of this light. Hopefully you can see that little rheostat down there. That's what I'm going to try to spray inside of and just work that knob back and forth. Make sure I let it dry. Alright, I want to show you guys how good this is working. So this one I haven't hit yet, and it is just, I'm going to put the same pressure, but this one is really hard to turn. I mean, I got to put a lot of pressure on that to turn. This one I just did, it's like nothing. It's just turning, you know, almost feels like it's broken. It's getting so smooth already. Same with this one. Just hit it right back in there where that metal is on the rheostat, I believe it's called, and just, I mean, I couldn't, this one's still real stiff, hard to turn. We're gonna hit that one next. Well, I was able to work all these, look at that. Except I'm getting them all dirty, just kidding. But man, what a difference here. This one's still a little bit stiffer than the rest, but what a difference from what it was. Almost felt like you're doing something wrong before, and now it's getting darn good. No problem here, no problem here. Much better. The mic gain was real stiff before. You can feel them just break loose when they do and start working good. This one I was able, it's just a 3-position one here, but I was able to get in there, and I can't show you with the darn light here. Maybe. That's not gonna. Back in there is where the little 3 tabs coming off of that rheostat right there. Sprayed that down. Oops, let's see. See where it's clicking, moving. Just going from one to the other. Lower side, upper side, AM. All those are working good. From up here, it looks like the channel selector one down there is all boxed in. I like to get down. Maybe I'll pull the bottom cover, see if I can possibly any access to the inside of that, and I can give it a little spray and work that knob as well. I also hit all these. I just kind of sprayed down in there just a little bit and worked them back and forth. Clean all those contacts. Hopefully keep it good for another 40, 50 years. Same with the power one. Well, here's the inside of this board, back of the circuit board. Everything looks good and clean on that. I don't see any issues whatsoever. These look like they'd be easier to get to from the bottom, but you really can't get inside. Maybe this sideband one. Get that to focus. There we go. This guy right here, and you can really get and hit those pins. After pulling this bottom side too, you can really notice that you want to let this thing dry, put it in a warm environment after you use this Deox. It says to go ahead in a couple minutes and it's going to be fine, but I would recommend letting it sit for a long time in a warm area before you fire it back up. I don't know what to do about this channel selector. It's all sealed up. Seemed like it was acting funky too. One of the things that radio'd go kind of quiet for a minute when I rolled to another dial, but if anybody's got any ideas on that or what I could do to get in there and deox it, let me know.